A planned Ace Steel appearance at Bound for Glory this past weekend was reportedly scrapped because Impact Wrestling did not want to tease that CM Punk was going to be showing up. Details on that, plus Jon Moxley, after his appearance last night on AEW Collision, is now officially cleared for in-ring competition by All Elite Wrestling. MJF versus Juice Robinson for the Dynamite Diamond Ring will open up this week's edition of AEW Dynamite on TBS. An update on the Impact Wrestling status of Matt Cardona after he appeared at Bound for Glory over the weekend. ABC are the brand new Impact World Tag Team Champions. Also an update on Sonny Kiss's Impact status after an appearance at BFG 2. Rob Van Dam and Hook, their opponents for Dynamite this week, have now been revealed. Plus, Ivar and Kofi Kingston received praise for their recent WWE match. Hey guys, welcome back to Wrestling News 365. Hope everyone is doing very well. As always, there are plenty of news stories to get into in the world of professional wrestling. Let's start off talking about Impact Wrestling. A lot of people talking about Impact being rebranded into TNA Wrestling. We covered that this morning, so be sure to check that out on the channel. But some interesting details coming out of Bound for Glory last night, including one appearance that was scrapped because Impact Wrestling did not want to tease the appearance of someone else. Now, Impact Wrestling held its Bound for Glory pay-per-view last night, that being October 21st. The show featured the annual Call Your Shot Gauntlet, which featured several surprise appearances, including Juventud Guerrera, Matt Cardona, and former AEW star Sonny Kiss. Now, it was reported prior to the show that Impact was bringing in Ace Steel for the show, with him set to have a tryout in a producer role following his departure from All Elite Wrestling earlier this year in the wake of CM Punk's termination. However, per PW Insider, he almost had an even bigger role on the show, and it was due to his connection to CM Punk that it indeed did not end up happening. PW Insider notes that there was some talk in Impact of using Steel as a surprise in the Call Your Shot Gauntlet last night, which obviously didn't end up happening. One of the reasons Steel never appeared is due to concerns that his appearance could potentially lead fans, to, particularly the ones live in the building, to believe it was a tease that CM Punk was coming in, or those watching at home that CM Punk could be coming in the future, and the company didn't want to accidentally tease something that wasn't going to happen. Of course, CM Punk was in Chicago yesterday, but he was present at the Chicago Blackhawks game, even appearing in a vignette before the game. Last night's show, as I mentioned, ended with the big announcement that Impact Wrestling would be no more, with the company set to return to its old TNA name, Total Nonstop Action Wrestling, in January 2024 with the Hard to Kill pay-per-view. So what are your thoughts on Ace Steel nearly appearing on the show? Had he appeared in the Gauntlet, would have that led you to think that CM Punk was showing up, or were Impact Wrestling being maybe too presumptive with the worry about possibly teasing CM Punk showing up in Impact? Let me know your thoughts about that in the comment section below. Now, Jon Moxley appeared last night on AEW Collision. We got an update on his current now in-ring status. Now, on the show last night on AEW Collision, the House of Black made their return, laying waste to a number of AEW stars, including Bryan Danielson, FTR, and the Blackpool Combat Club. The show ended, though, with the return of Jon Moxley, who had been out of action with a concussion he suffered back at AEW Dynamite Grand Slam, where he dropped the AEW International Championship to Rey Fenix. Now, Moxley was originally announced to be challenging Phoenix in a rematch for the title on AEW Dynamite Title Tuesday, which was scrapped due to Moxley not being cleared to compete on the show. Following Moxley's return, PW Insider has now confirmed that he is now officially cleared to compete and will be back moving forward. AEW also announced the return of Kazuchika Okada on the show last night, with him set to take part in his first AEW Dynamite match on next week's show. Okada will team up with the international champion Orange Cassidy to take on Bryan Danielson and Claudio Castagnoli of the Blackpool Combat Club, but no doubt Jon Moxley will be nearby to assist his Blackpool Combat Club stable mates. Speaking of Dynamite, we know what match is going to be opening the show. It's going to be the match for the Dynamite Diamond Ring. The opening match on this week's AEW Dynamite will be for the Dynamite Diamond Ring. MJF revealed on social media that he has requested his match against Juice Robinson to open Wednesday's show in Philadelphia. He wrote, quote, "I've spoken to my boss and I've made it clear I don't want to wait any longer to get my hands on this honeycomb mascot looking bitch. This match will be opening AEW Dynamite 8 p.m. on TBS. AEW has also revealed the opponents for Hook and Rob Van Dam on Wednesday. We'll talk about that in just a second. Dynamite this week, or this coming week, will be the 5th show AEW has run from the Lucarius Center in Philadelphia, dating back to the 3rd ever episode of Dynamite back in 2019. According to WrestleTix, 3,811 tickets have been distributed to Wednesday's show as of last week. They drew over 7,000 in 2021, over 6,000 in April 2022, and just over 5,000 in September 2022 as well. So certainly tickets still being quite hard to come by when it comes to being sold by AEW for their televised events moving forward. Now let's switch gears here, move back to Impact Wrestling and move back to Bound for Glory last night and give you a bit of an update on Matt Cardona. He's always ready, but maybe not permanently for Impact Wrestling at the moment. Now, one of the matches on the Bound for Glory show was the Call Your Shot Gauntlet, which, as I mentioned, featured numerous surprise appearances, one of which being the return of former WWE and Impact Wrestling and AEW star Matt Cardona. Cardona made it into the final 4 of the match, which was ultimately won by Jordan Grace, defeating Bully Ray, but Cardona's appearance has led to speculation about his future with the company. Cardona was a regular for the company until earlier this year, when Impact wanted to stop using non-contracted wrestlers as often, and Cardona didn't want to sign a contract as he was doing very well without one, of course being the Indie King. In an update from Fightful Select, Sean Ross Sapp has reported following Bound for Glory that Cardona's booking and appearance on the show was a one-off and he's not signed a contract with the company, though the two sides were said to have seemed open to working with each other again. So we could possibly see more appearances moving forward, but as of right now, it's a one-off, and most likely he's not going to sign a contract because Cardona doesn't sign contracts. He keeps himself a freelancer and a free agent so he can work a variety of different promotions at any one point in time. We had a title change last night at Bound for Glory as well. We got brand new Impact World Tag Team Champions. Upon capturing a briefcase in the Feast or Fired match at Impact 1000, Chris Bay secured himself and tag team partner Ace Austin a shot at the Impact World Tag Team Championships. ABC decided to cash their tag title opportunity at Bound for Glory 2023, Impact Wrestling's biggest show of the year. After the Rascals, Trey Miguel and Zachary Wentz, successfully defended the Impact Tag Team Championships against Rich Swann and Sami Callihan, the stage was set for them to put the titles on the line against ABC next. As the title match unfolded at Bound for Glory, the Rascals appeared to be gaining the upper hand, taking down Austin with a Meteora and a Senton. Before they could reach the 3-count pinfall though, Bay leaped off the top turnbuckle to break it up. This prompted Wentz to retrieve a can of spray paint from under the ring as Miguel dragged Austin to his feet. Unfortunately for the Rascals, the referee immediately caught Wentz in the act, and after a brief argument, Wentz accidentally sprayed Miguel in the eyes with the spray paint. This allowed ABC to quickly dispose of Miguel and nail Wentz with the 1-2-3 for the victory, crowning them the new Impact Tag Team Champions. With this victory, ABC now begins their second reign with the Impact Tag Team Championships, ending the Rascals' run of 55 days with the gold. The Rascals originally won the titles at Impact Emergence in late August by defeating Subculture during that show. Now, also, we've got a bit of an update on Sonny Kiss's status with Impact Wrestling after their appearance last night at Bound for Glory. Kiss was eliminated from the Call Your Shot Gauntlet by the aforementioned Matt Cardona and Brian Myers, but that seemingly wasn't the last we'll see of them in Impact. Per PW Insider, Kiss will be a regular for the brand moving forward, though it was not clear if indeed a contract has been signed with Impact Wrestling just yet. Of course, Sonny Kiss was one of the original names who joined AEW back in 2019, departing the company in September of this year due to an expiry of a contract. So we could be seeing more of Sonny Kiss moving forward in Impact Wrestling, but no details on contracts just yet. Switching back to Sonny Kiss's previous employer, that being AEW, we know who Rob Van Dam and Hook's opponents are going to be on Dynamite this week as well. Of course, it was announced on this week's show that we will see Rob Van Dam and FTW champion Hook team up once again on the show. Today, AEW officially announced that Hook and Rob Van Dam will team up to take on the Dark Order's John Silver and Alex Reynolds on the show. Silver unsuccessfully challenged Orange Cassidy for the International Championship at last night's Battle of the Belts 8 special. Also set for next week's Dynamite show is the Dynamite debut of Kazuchika Okada, where he teams with the aforementioned International Champion Orange Cassidy to face Bryan Danielson and Claudio Castagnoli. The show will kick off with a match, as we mentioned earlier on, for the Dynamite Diamond Ring with AEW World Champion and one half of the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions MJF taking on Bullet Club Gold's Juice Robinson. Finally, the AEW Women's World Championship will also be on the line, with Hikaru Shida defending the gold against Ruby Soho. So what are your thoughts on the opponents for Hook and RVD? Switching gears and finally to some WWE news, and two performers have got some high marks for their recent performances. A couple of WWE superstars were getting praise for their recent matches on Monday Night Raw. According to Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful Select, Fightful sources had indicated that both Kofi Kingston and Ivar had received high marks for their WWE Raw matches of late. Their first match came as a result of Eric being sidelined. The Viking Raiders and the New Day had been slated for a lot of time for their 2 out of 3 Falls match. Instead of cutting it when Eric got injured, they just had Ivar and Kofi Kingston wrestle the duration of the scheduled time. The match got praise heaped on it. One producer noted that Ivar hadn't had a singles match on WWE TV in nearly 5 years that went over 10 minutes, and said that not only did he not miss a beat, he impressed many backstage. Follow-up matches with Xavier Woods and Viking Rules matches with Kofi Kingston have also gained praise and caused WWE to remain open-minded on using Ivar in a singles capacity moving forward. Would you like to see Ivar have a bit of a singles run moving forward, given his recent performances? But there you go, guys. The latest pro wrestling news for you. Be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. As always, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and I'll speak to you again very, very soon.
Hey guys, thank you for watching, listening, streaming, or however you come across this video today. Be sure to click on the video on the right there to watch our next video, or click the bottom there to subscribe, or the bottom right hand corner. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you again very soon.